This is the 14.2 guided practice. So today's lesson was all about parallelograms. So we have these 5 rules. First one is opposite sides are going to be congruent. So for example, this side is going to be congruent to this side, and this side is going to be congruent to this side. Then we have opposite sides are parallel. So you'll see that with this little triangle. And then same thing with this. Would be parallel to this. Opposite angles are congruent. So P would be equal to R, and Q would be equal to S. Consecutive angles are supplementary. What does that mean? Well, let me show you. So that would mean, for example, P and S right here. Angle P would be this angle, angle S would be this angle. Since it's on a straight line, they are going to equal 180 degrees. And then finally, the angles, or I'm sorry, the diagonals, the one that goes from P to R, they bisect it. So that cuts R in half and cuts P in half. So if angle R right here, it would be, say, equal to 100. That means this would be 50 and this would be 50. Okay? So those are the parallelogram rules that we need to abide by, and I'm going to do the odds on the homework. So for the first one, and also in red is the answer key. So we know what answer we need to get, but how do we get that answer? That's what math is all about. So for the first one, I need to find out the question mark here. What is R? Well, this goes on a straight line, so I'm going to take 180 minus 42. And I'm going to get 138. J, I need to find out what L is. Well, these are opposite angles, so that means they're congruent, so it's going to be 115. For 5, each figure is a parallelogram. We've got to solve for x. These are opposite angles, so all I'm going to do is set these equal. 13x minus 10 is equal to 120. 13x is then going to be equal to 130, so x is going to be equal to 10. All right, so this one says it's 90 right away, right? One thing from the directions is that each figure is a parallelogram, right? And in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal, right? So that would be 90. So you could do this 2 ways. This could be, these 2 angles added could equal 180, or these 2 angles equal, added 180. It's going to be the same thing. So I'm going to do 90 plus negative 1 plus 13x is equal to 180. Combine like terms, so 13x plus 89 is equal to 180. Then I'm going to subtract 180. I'm going to subtract 89 from 180. And we get 91, so 13x is equal to 91. Divide that by 13. And I'll have x is equal to 7. Check my answer. I'm good to go. All right, so in a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel, but then they're also congruent. So I just need to set these equal to each other. So negative 4 plus 4x is equal to 2x plus 10. Bring the 2 over, bring this 2 over. So that'd be 2x. And then bring the 4 over, positive 4. Is going to equal to 14, so x is equal to 7. Our answer is correct. Now keep in mind, if they say find FC or find ED, I need to take this and plug it in to one of these 2. Find the measurement. So this is exactly what we're talking about. First, we need to find out what x is equal to. We know that these are opposite sides. Opposite sides are congruent, so 4x plus 7 is going to equal 6x minus 1. 2x is going to be equal to 8. So x is going to be equal to 4. So now I just need to plug it in. Since these are the same, I can pick whichever one I want. So I'll just do the top one. I'm going to plug that in. So 4 times 4 is 16. Plus 7 is 23. So WT is equal to 23. But look, it says find UV. So then UV is also going to equal 23. And that would be your final answer. All right, 13, find measure W, opposite angles right here. They are congruent. I'm going to set these equal to one another. I'll bring the 13x so over, so negative 1x is equal to negative 5. So x is going to be equal to 5. It says find measure W. So I'll plug this in here. So 13 times 5 is equal to 65 minus 5 is equal to 60 degrees. So angle W is equal to 60 degrees. All right, so find the values for x and y in A, B, C, D. So AE is equal to 3x. EC is equal to y. DE is equal to, let's see where DE is. There's no DE. Oh yeah, that's to the center, sorry. DE is equal to 4x. And EB is equal to y plus 1. So we need to find the values for x and y in A, B, C, D. All right, so the tricky part here is that there's a y and an x in each line. But since these are parallel, one thing that we can do is we can use the substitution method. So if you think about it, 3x here, this line right here, is equal to y. So let's write that down. 3x is equal to y. Then I can substitute it in to this line right here. So I'm going to substitute y equals 3x. So if my line is 4x, let's see here, 4x plus is equal to y plus 1, and that's just this line is equal to this line, right? Then I can solve from there. So 4x is equal to, I'm going to substitute y is equal to 3x, right? I'm going to substitute that right there. So I'll have 4x is equal to 3x plus 1, and then I'll minus the 3 over, so I'll have x is equal to 1. Okay, so that's that one. And then for the y's, we need to find what x equals, so that I could do that as well. So I could have, in this line right here, y plus 1 is equal to 4x. And if I minus the 1, y is equal to 4x minus 1. So then all I need to do is substitute it in for the other line, which would be this line right here. So I'm going to substitute y for, I'm going to substitute y in for that. No, actually, no, I'm sorry. I need to solve for x. I'm sorry. No, we just did. Sorry, we just did. We solved for y. And from there, if we have 4x is equal to y plus 1, and then y equals x minus 1, then when we have the problem, 3x is equal to y, we can have 3x is equal to 4x minus 1, but then we get x again. So I did that wrong, sorry. So then what we need to do is we're going to find out. So in this first problem right here, I found out what y is equal. I need to find out what x is equal to. So if I do 3x is equal to y, I can then divide by 3 to say that x is equal to 1/3 y. So then when I have this equation for this line right here, the blue line from A to C, and it's 3 times 1/3 y is equal to y, I get 3 times 1/3 is 1y equal to y, which does not make sense. Hold on one second. All right, so after thinking about it for a little bit, after we found x is equal to 1, what we can then do is that we can actually just plug it in to wherever we see x, okay? So 3 times 1 is going to be 3. And then 4 times 1 is going to be 4, right? So there's two ways we can find our answer for what is y. AE is going to be equal to EC. So that would just mean y equals 3. We can test that by doing DE, which is equal to 4, is equal to EB, which is y plus 1. And then I would minus the 1, so y is going to be 3. So yeah, that one definitely confused me. My main takeaway is all you need to do is find one of the variables, and by using the substitution method, then you can take that and plug it in to find what the other one is. All right, for 17, here's the thing for 17. It's for NM. We need to find NM. It's on this line right here, right? And then there are 3 parallel lines. So since those lines are parallel, I can assume that this length is going to be equal to this length. So if this is 4.5, NM is going to be 4.5. And then for 19, it's asking us to find the length of this entire line right here, of LN. And since we know that both of those lengths are 4.5, all we need to do is add them. So 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9. And that's your final answer. All right, if you have any questions, email me. Make sure on our Blue Days that you check our rolling agenda. We have a quizzes on Friday and then a video on Monday. I'll make a video for the quiz tomorrow, or the quiz is tomorrow, and feel free to email myself or Mr. Cladis. All right, have a good weekend.